Okay, so I did a thing. I'm really excited to show you guys this. This has been kind of in the back of my mind for a long time and I just haven't pulled the trigger on this, so I'm really excited to get into today's video. But first I want to say that we are hosting an event on Sunday. I know I plugged this in the last few videos, but it's gonna be this Sunday, Memorial Day weekend, May 26th, and we are gonna have some fun showing you the edit that we came up with for the 450L that we're calling Gray Area. So please, if you haven't, check it out. I plugged it on all my social media channels and it's gonna be a good time. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. So, like I said, I've been wanting to do this for a while now and I just haven't pulled the trigger, but I finally did today. I'm really, really excited to show you guys this, so let's check it out. The new build is going to be, where is it? It's the L, the 110, where'd it go? There it is. So, I went ahead and picked up a CR250 two-stroke. Probably one of the most requested things on the channel is for me to build one of these things, and I really, really wanted to, but just haven't in the past and really haven't found a clean one, a good base to start with, but I found one. I was stoked. First thing I did when I got it was start it up, and this thing needs some love, but she runs a little rough, but I got some big plans for this thing, so I'm not really worried about it. I was stoked when I picked it up. I started first kick, that was second kick, but yeah, let's pull this thing into the shop and see what it's all about. Okay, so all in all, I would say this thing's in fair condition. It's not great, it's not terrible. One of the things that I was looking at was kind of just like frame wear and tear, and it's pretty good. It's not too bad. I don't think it's been washed in a little while. There is a bunch of oil coming out of the exhaust area, so I'm assuming that this thing was just cruised, but never really know. And to be honest, I'm gonna go through this thing like thoroughly, just like we did the L, even though the L didn't need it because of a brand new bike. I do wanna tear this thing apart and kind of customize it. I don't think I'm gonna do a full blacked out theme like the L was, but I am looking for suggestions and ideas on that. So if you guys have any ideas or bikes that you have liked in the past, maybe old factory Honda bike, or I don't know, just any kind of two-stroke that you've seen and dug, then let me know and I'll consider kind of replicating with this thing, or I might just make it my own. Like I said, it's not in great condition, it's not in terrible condition. I'm gonna do all new plastics and wheels and chain and sprocket and all those, you know, necessities when you buy an older bike like this. Obviously these bars need to go. Those are not Renthal and they look like a terrible bend. And yeah, grips, everything else needs to go. So it's a really good starting point, I think. Not too much to go over on this thing. The two strokes are so simple, so I'm really excited to get cracking on this thing. This is a 2003. I don't know exactly what the good years are. I feel like good years, I should say. I feel like it's kind of a toss-up. Like everybody has their own opinion on which one was faster, which one handled better. This one I just got because of the price really, and it was a good starting point to start a new build. So I'm not too concerned with the year. I know I can get my hands on some parts that probably most people can't. That's definitely added a little fuel to the fire. So like a year ago, I put out like a Instagram story saying, if you have a 252 stroke for sale, let me know. And it totally backfired on me. I was really upset about it. I got catfished, I guess you could say. I thought I had a bike lined up, so I took it down and it ended up not going through. I won't get into too many details, but I basically got screwed. So I lost all motivation, and yeah, that kind of went out the window, and the race season picked back up, and I had all my focus put into that. And then the 450L came along and I had a lot of fun building this thing. You guys gave me a ton of good feedback and seemed to really like it just as much as I did, and turned out awesome. And I had, like I said, I had a ton of fun building this thing, customizing it, making my own. I hadn't really torn down a bike in a really long time, and I had a lot of fun just taking it apart and rebuilding it. So I definitely wanted to continue the build series type of style of vlogs, or whatever you want to call these, and this was the next best thing. And I actually, speaking of 252 strokes, I've only ridden a 252 stroke one time. I was kind of in that generation where like you moved after 80s up to a 125 two-stroke, and then you went straight to four-stroke 250 and 450. So I had only really gotten my hands on a friend's 252 stroke one time and rode it for a day and had a ton of fun, but just never really had the opportunity to buy one and own one for myself and ride it. I'm excited to kind of take you guys along on the journey and show you what we're gonna get ourselves into with this thing. It's gonna be a really, really cool build, and I think you guys are really gonna like the direction that it goes in. So as for the parts that I'm gonna be doing to this bike, like I mentioned before, I'm gonna do a plastic kit. I gotta get a hold of Throttle Jockey and see what they have to offer for this bike. Definitely wanna go with those guys again. They knocked it out of the park with my 450L graphics and seat cover. If you haven't seen that yet, then you should definitely check it out. As far as pipe, I do not know what I'm gonna do for a pipe because Yoshimura is only a 4-stroke pipe manufacturer. I might be able to get my hands on a factory pipe that Honda used to run, I don't know. I'm not gonna speak too soon on that. There could be some archive parts that I can get my hands on, so hopefully that's the case and you guys can kind of vicariously live through me. I would love to get my hands on a set of different forks and shocks set up. I don't know what's out there. I'm gonna try and get a hold of some suspension companies and see what's available. If not, then I'll just get the current stuff either colored or coated or whatever, I don't know. Other than that, it's gonna be kind of like, as I tear it apart, I'll be making a list and obviously informing you guys as I go along and just making decisions on the fly. There are a lot of parts on this bike that probably aren't made anymore or that are gonna be a little bit difficult to get my hands on, but it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a really rad build. I do have an end goal for this bike and I don't wanna release too much info on that yet, so I'm not going to, but just know that I'm building this bike for a purpose and we will soon find out what that is. But for now, just follow along and you can comment on the video or on my Instagram or whatever and let me know if you have any suggestions. Like I said, I wanna know what bikes that you guys have seen in the past that you like and where I can find some inspiration on this thing. And I'm gonna be doing some research on my own too, so this is gonna be a really fun build. If you don't already, subscribe, like this video, and stay tuned for more 252 stroke update videos as I add to this build channel. Aside from my soul.